Hello, hello. Welcome to Warriors Talk with author and founder Lady ReShell, where we move away from awareness towards action. This is 31 Days, 31 Facts in recognition of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we are on day 11. Tonight, we're going to talk about embracing your new normal after breast cancer. So join me. I am going to celebrate my sponsor, who is Emanuel C.O.G.I.C with Pastor Michael Richardson, who has a special message for us.
Greetings, I am Pastor Michael Richardson.
And I am First Lady Anastasia Richardson from the Emanuel Church of God in Christ. We're located at 3058 West Van Buren in Chicago, Illinois. We are building upon a solid foundation.
And we're inviting you to join us every Sunday morning on Facebook Live at Emanuel C.O.G.I.C at 10:15 Central Standard Time. And you can also view our videos on our YouTube channel at Emanuel C.O.G.I.C-MR. Once again, this is Pastor Michael Richardson
and First Lady Anastasia Richardson, and we're from the Emanuel Church of God in Christ. We are building upon a solid foundation.
I would like to tell you about an event that's coming up on Saturday, October the 22nd, 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. We are going to have our Survivors Night of Reflection Gala. This is Gala number 6, and I'm so excited about this gala. I want you guys to join me. Go over to Eventbrite and type in Survivors Night of Reflection Gala and purchase your ticket. If you are not a survivor, your ticket will be $40. If you are a survivor, then you're free. You are free. You do not have to pay anything if you are a survivor. I want you to come out and enjoy yourself, not have to worry about paying. We're going to celebrate you. We're going to give you an award. You're going to have a swag bag. They're going to be gifts. You're going to have a chance to talk about your journey and get around some other survivors, right? We're going to empower each other. So I'm looking forward to you coming out on that night. If you haven't gotten your ticket, go over to Eventbrite. Now, we will be highlighting and awarding a Survivor of the Year, Community Service Survivor, a Caregiver Award, and also a Warrior in Battle recipient. So if you know anybody that fit these categories, the recipient is someone who is financially struggling right now, and they just need a little help to get them through their breast cancer journey with paying maybe their rent, maybe they have to pay their copay or buying food, or transportation, little things like that that'll help them bridge the gap financially. So the Warrior in Battle recipient will receive some money. The caregiver will receive an award, and that's somebody who has taken care of somebody that dealt with cancer unselfishly. The Community Service Award is somebody that's out there in the community spreading awareness. And then the Survivor of the Year is someone who is out there in the community. They're mentoring individuals. They're making sure that we know about early detection, family history. They're attending different events, and they're just being the Survivor of the Year, just sharing and spreading themselves so that everybody else can be not just aware, but, take action, be proactive with your health. So I want you guys to join me. Go over to Eventbrite, type in Survivors Night of Reflection Gala, and purchase your ticket. Again, if you're not a survivor, if you are a survivor, it's free. You just have to register. I have to know that you're coming because I like to personalize my awards when you are there. So again, it's going to be Saturday, October 22nd, 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. Crystal Sky Banquet Hall, 7941 West 47th Street in McCook, which is not too far from Chicago. Our theme for that night is a season to emerge. And we have an amazing, dynamic speaker. Her name is Dion Davis, and she's going to be talking on our theme for that night. So I want you guys to join me. Come out, have fun, eat a delicious meal, hear some good singing that night. Yes, we're going to enjoy ourselves. So today we're going to be talking about embracing your new normal. Embracing your new normal after breast cancer. What does that look like? What does it look like when you have to embrace your new normal after breast cancer? To everybody, it could look different, right? It's not going to look the same when one person is going through cancer and they're done. Another person is done with cancer treatment. It's not going to look the same. So your normal is going to be different for each person that's going through breast cancer once you get done with treatment. So let's talk about some of the things that an individual may experience once they're done with treatment and the doctor say, hey, I'm done with you, go. Before I dive into the topic, do me a favor, like the show, share the show, invite someone else in on the show so that they can get this valuable information. We will be doing 31 facts in 31 days in recognition of Breast Cancer Awareness Month for the entire month of October. So join in. All right. So the first one is less frequent medical attention. This one got me too. This is when you're in treatment, you're constantly going to the doctor, you constantly have appointments, you're under surveillance by your doctor and your medical team. They have a plan for you and you don't have to make any of your appointments. They have everything just mapped out, right? Then once you're done with treatment, the doctor releases you, they kind of push you off on a cliff. It feels like somebody just pushed you off on a cliff and you just out there hanging like, oh my God, what just happened? This is what it feels like to be done with your cancer treatment and you're no longer under that doctor's surveillance. You're out there on your own to do the things yourself, schedule your own appointments, get your own referrals, just keeping up with everything, right? This can be a very frightening thing when you are used to them holding your hand through treatment, right? My nurse navigator held my hand through treatment. I don't even remember making an appointment. She made my appointment. Of course, I have HMO, so we have to have a referral for everything. She made sure I had all of those referrals. Everything was done and taken care of me. Again, they held my hand. I was under surveillance. And then all of a sudden, when I was done with treatment, they said, okay, you're done. We are releasing you. So one of the things that you embrace with your new normal is that you have less frequent medical attentions. You are no longer under that tight range with your doctor or your team. And the second way that you're going to embrace your new normal is that there are going to be new emotions, including guilt. These emotions are going to come because, let me just tell you, when you're going through cancer treatment, sometimes you bottle up those emotions because you got tunnel vision and you're trying to get through the treatment. So sometimes those emotions and stuff are bottled up just so you can get through the treatment. When you're done with the treatment and you have to face your new normal, now reality sets in. And you're like, oh wow, I just went through chemo, surgery, radiation, lost my hair, lost my fingernails, lost weight, my appetite, and all of these wave of emotions just start coming over you. And you start feeling so bad, right? You just feel horrible. And some of this stuff can actually lead to guilt, especially if you had somebody that may have had cancer and they may have passed away, but you're still here. So you may have that survivor's remorse, right? You may feel guilty because you may say, well, how did this happen to me? What did I do to cause this? You may feel like you've done something to cause this diagnosis to happen to you. But you have that realization that now I'm not in treatment. So now you have to deal with all of those emotions that you had bottled up while you was going through treatment. It's going to be like a wave of emotions. And this is why I push for individuals to please get help. Please make sure that you are seeing a professional counselor or therapist to make sure that whatever you have bottled up inside of you, that you can get it out with somebody who's a neutral party, somebody who's not going to judge you, but is actually there to help you to help you relieve some of that pressure, that some of that stress that could lead to other things like a stroke or a heart attack because you're harboring all of this stuff inside of you. Don't feel guilty. You didn't do anything to cause the cancer. Sometimes cancer just happens to individuals. I don't care how healthy you eat, how much exercising you're doing, if you don't have a hereditary link, sometimes cancer just happens. And so you have to make sure that you're checking in with someone that can help you stay focused on you and what you need to do. So the third new normal that you are going to feel, and I guarantee that you're going to feel this if you went through a cancer diagnosis, is that your body image is going to change. Whether you had a lumpectomy, whether they went in and took the lump out, whether you had a mastectomy where they removed both breasts, bilateral mastectomy, or they took one breast, right? Whatever they did, your body is not going to be the same. After those toxins have been pushed into your body and it's forcing all of those cancer cells out along with your healthy cells, right? Because the toxins don't know. All they know is we see cells and we want cells. So they're gonna go in and get the cells, and they pushing out healthy cells along with those bad cancer cells. So treatment for breast cancer sometimes involves some sort of like drastic change with your body, including the surgery, right? Who wants to have surgery? Surgery, I don't care what type of surgery it is, it's major. And for them to have to go in, maybe take lymph nodes out, take your breast off, the nipple, cut the nipple off. Like when you look in the mirror at yourself, you're like, oh, who is this? And then you start to feel some type of way. You start to maybe feel insecure to where, you don't want nobody to see your body. If you have a husband or a partner, you kind of shine away from them so that they can't see you. You don't find yourself sexy anymore because now you don't have no breasts. So it's like my breasts identify me as a woman. Now I don't have any breasts. So, are men gonna still find me sexy? I got one breast. Like, how is that gonna look to men? I have a lumpectomy, so now I got this dimple in my breast to where it's not leveled out. It's so many emotions that goes through your head, right? Even with when they're taking lymph nodes out, sometimes you will get lymphedema to where your arm will swell up. So now you got one arm that's bigger than the other arm, right? You got to wear a sleeve for the rest of your life to keep the swelling down. So people will look at you like, why do you have that sleeve on? Is something wrong with you? Is that like a handicap? Did you hurt yourself? So you got to try to explain to them, oh no, I had breast cancer and they took lymph nodes out. So my lymphatic system is not draining the way that it should. So I have to wear this to help you. Like, who wants to sit there and explain all of that to somebody? You don't want to have to do that, right? So sometimes people don't wear the sleeve because they don't want to have that conversation. Sometimes we tend to hide what we've been through with, through our cancer journey. So body image is really at the top of that list. Some people lose weight. Sometimes the treatment makes you gain weight and you never get back to your normal self. Forget about that person before you had cancer. That person does not exist, right? Don't even try to be that person. Don't try to be that person because that person don't exist, right? Look at yourself in the mirror, every inch of your body, every inch of your body, and love yourself. Love your body. You know, don't compare yourself to somebody else either that has went through cancer and say, well, look at them. They still have their breasts, or they still the same weight they was when they went in treatment. They didn't lose weight. Don't do that. You don't know what other health issues that person may have that you can't see. Cancer is something that you can't really physically see inside of your body unless you're going through something, unless you're going through the treatment to where you're losing weight or something. You can't really see. You can't really see. My dog, I'm sorry. Blue. No. No, but I know. I can hear the noise. I hear the noise. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm going to have to hurry up and end this because the dog is barking. So body image is one of those things that really play in your psyche. If you went through a cancer diagnosis and you have lost body parts and you have scars, and you look at your body and sometimes you are unrecognizable. Your hair, you lose your hair. Sometimes the hair doesn't grow all the way back. Sometimes you have patchy spots in your head to the where the hair doesn't grow back. So you may be stuck wearing a wig or shaving it off altogether. So body image is a big thing with embracing your new normal after breast cancer. The fourth thing which you're going to have to do when it comes to embracing your new normal is the screening peace of mind. And this is really like after you had a mastectomy, those patients typically, you know, when you have the breast, you go on for your annual mammogram. But when you don't have the breast, sometimes you lose that sense of security because you're like, I want this the cancer there because, you know, I'm not getting the mammograms and I don't know. So that peace of mind kind of like goes out of the window, you know, when you had that mastectomy. And the screenings every year kind of gives you a peace of mind knowing that, okay, in November I'm going to get my mammogram, hopefully it's going to be good, I'll be back in a year. But when you had a mastectomy, you don't do that because you don't have any breasts to do that with. So they may have to do like a MRI, but they're not going to do it often because we know that some of those different tests and stuff they exposes you, rather, you know, put you at risk for second cancers. The fifth thing that you need to embrace with your new normal is there may be other health issues that may come along with after treatment. You can have pain. So many people who have went through a cancer diagnosis deal with chronic pain, right? And the doctors can't explain it. And the only thing they can do is just give you some medicine for it. So a lot of people deal with chronic pain. Some people deal with fatigue. Fatigue. You think that, oh, I'm done with chemo, so I shouldn't have that fatigue. No, your body is still fighting to get back to a sense of normalcy, right? Your body is trying to find this new normal, its new levels of strength that you used to have. It's trying to find that new strength. It's trying to find the new, okay, how much energy we gonna have today? It's trying to find all that because those cancer cells, those toxins wiped all of that out. So your body is trying to really rebuild itself all over again. You might have sexual dysfunctions. You may not even be able to perform. You may not have the desire to perform, right? You again go back to the body image to where you don't want nobody to see your body. You don't want anybody to see it. So that kind of messes with your psyche to even want to be in the mood to be sexual with anybody, right? You may have, because of the chemo, you may have problems with your heart because of the chemo was too, you know, detrimental to your heart. So now you have issues with your heart. You may have low bone density because of that cancer. It takes so much out of your body, right? It takes so much out. So there are other health problems that come along with cancer treatment. Not everybody experience these issues. Everybody issues are different. So you just have to recognize what your issues are and then manage those issues. So number 6 way that you can embrace your new normal is establish your primary care. So once they release you from the oncologist and say, hey, we're done with you, go to your primary care provider, and you know, you see them every year. And if something comes up that's cancer related, then they'll refer you back to the oncologist. So you have to make sure that one of the most important things that a survivor can do after breast cancer treatment is that they have to make sure that they have a primary doctor. Make sure that you have someone that you can go to on an annual basis to check and perform preventive different tests, just so you can stay on top of your health. This is so important. Don't leave the oncologist and all of that cancer treatment that you just did to go out and then not go to the doctor for 3, 4, 5 years. Don't do that to yourself, right? Don't do that to yourself. Make sure when the doctor releases you, the oncologist releases you, that you have your primary doctor already set up if you're not already going to one. So the 7th thing that you are going to experience when it comes to embracing your new normal after breast cancer is you need to be patient with yourself. Going through a cancer diagnosis, it's a horrific ordeal, right? It wipes you out. It takes so much out of you, so much out of you. So be patient when treatment is over, with your body, your physical body, with your emotions. Be patient and nurture your spirit, right? Because you're healing, you're still healing. Even though you're not in treatment, you're still healing. So it's important to know and to remember that you may still be fatigued after treatment. There may be other side effects that come up, like I mentioned with the other health issues. So just because the cancer treatment is done, it doesn't mean that those side effects are going to go away. Some side effects come maybe years later. Years later. I deal with lymphedema. I deal with neuropathy. Those are two things that I deal with as a result of my cancer journey. So they're manageable and I'm able to function, and nobody really know what's going on and when I experience it unless I vocalize it. So be patient with yourself. You're going to get to your new normal in your own time. Again, don't compare yourself to somebody else's journey, but go at your own pace. Go at your own pace and don't allow somebody else's journey to dictate, where you should be during your cancer journey. So number 8, this is you embracing your new normal after breast cancer, is embrace a healthier lifestyle. Now that the doctor has told you that you are no evidence of disease, because they never say cancer free. They tell you that you are NED. You have no evidence of disease. Why do they tell you that? Because there can be some cancer cells somewhere that got loose in the body and they just can't see it at that time. So in their eyes, they don't see anything, so they say that you are no evidence of disease. They never say cancer free. So now that you have had these toxins in your body and it flushed out all those cancer cells, now it's like you're starting on a clean slate, right? Your body is on a clean slate, and this is your chance to build your immune system up. You have a chance to build that immune system up by what you put in your body, right? By what you eat, even exercising. If you wasn't exercising before, then go ahead and start exercising and get moving. You need 150 hours a week, 30 minutes a day is all you need to get moving. You don't even have to pay for a gym membership. You can walk. You can go on YouTube and type in exercise for beginners or exercise for someone who just finished cancer treatment. It's so much stuff that you can do that are at your fingertips, that you don't have to be at home and not moving. The important thing is to get your body moving. You would be so surprised at what exercise can do for a person who has had a cancer diagnosis, and even somebody in cancer treatment. If you're able to exercise, then do that. So embrace a healthier lifestyle with what you put in your mouth. Choose healthier choices. And I'm not saying it's going to be something fast and overnight, because it probably won't. It's not a diet, but make it a lifestyle, which means that you are incorporating, you are removing stuff, incorporating stuff, removing stuff that's not healthy for you, and replacing it with stuff that is healthy. Healthier portions, healthier when it comes to drinking alcohol. If you're smoking, please stop it. Don't do it. Don't do it. There's so many other complications that come along with that. There's so many. Sugar, did a whole show on sugar and how it is linked to cancer. Sugar should be deemed a carcinogen, because when those cancer cells see sugar, it runs to them, it likes them, it parties with them, and it help the cancer cells to multiply. So when in doubt, just go with the natural sugars, which are from your fruits and your vegetables. Remember, everything in our body that we put in our body that we eat, it breaks down to sugar. It's just the type of sugar that you put in your body, because the processed sugars and the sugars from the fruits and the veggies, they break down differently in your body, right? So when in doubt, get the healthier sugars, is what you get from your fruits and your veggies. When in doubt, do that, and just start slow. If you may want to have a cheat day, have one cheat day, but don't go overboard to where it's going to affect your health. It all starts with you. It all starts with you. Hey, Mylia, thank you for joining. She says you should write a book on this topic to encourage those who are adjusting to life after a cancer diagnosis. You know what? That's a thought. I'm gonna have to really give that some thought. That's a good topic too, because so many people need it. Because I will tell you this: when you are done with treatment, the doctors do not give you some places give you a survivor's care plan, right? Most doctors do not, because every state doesn't have it. So when you're done with treatment, the doctor just releases you and then tells you to make sure you keep up with your general doctor. That's it. They don't say, okay, now that you're cancer free, stay away from this, and that. They don't do that. Now that you're cancer free, you got to make sure that you're exercising at least 5 days a week for 30 minutes. Now that you're cancer free, stay away from cigarettes, stay away from alcohol. Now that you're cancer free, stay away from stress. Like, there should be some type of plan moving forward to say, okay, this is the best route for you to take in order for you to decrease your risk of getting a reoccurrence. They don't do that. They don't even talk about a reoccurrence with you. They don't do that. No, all they do is treat you for that cancer and release you, and that's it. And you're on your own to try to figure out what to do, how to embrace this new normal. And it can be hard to embrace this new normal if you don't know what to do or what to expect. So we lean on other survivors to help us get through it. Girl, what did you do after your treatment? How did this affect you? And believe me, that is such a lifesaver to know that somebody has already been there, right? Somebody has already been there, done that, and they can help encourage you that this is just temporary, that you're going to get through it. It's not going to last for a long time. Or, girl, you can manage this. I'm living with this right now. Like, I feel like the doctors should. Maybe it's not up to the doctors. Maybe this is something that, survivors can set up on our own, to where when an individual is done with treatment, we can connect with the hospitals and say, hey, when you have a patient that's done with cancer, can you refer them to our organization, and we will help them discover their new norm. So we'll give them some tools that they can use to help nurture that new norm. Like, where do you go from here after a cancer diagnosis? How do I move forward in my health? The doctors don't do that, and it's discouraging to a person who has just been released from the doctor, and now you're out there on your own. So that is a good topic for a book, and I'll look into it and see what I come up with. So the ninth thing that you need to know when you are embracing your new normal after a breast cancer diagnosis is that you need to choose how you will move forward. Remember, everybody's cancer diagnosis is different, and they handle survivorship different. So don't compare yourself to the next person. When you see how far they have gotten, what they're doing, they're moving on in life, they're already back at work, they're already back doing their activities that they used to do. You have no idea what their energy is like once they get home and they've done all of those things. So go at your pace, right? Go at your own pace, stay in your own lane. And as Nipsey used to say, this is a marathon, it's not a sprint. So don't be in such a hurry to get to your new norm, because you're discovering it along the way. As you go, you're discovering it. Number 10, embracing your new normal, is look to the future. Where do you want to be, right? Life after breast cancer, it has its ups, it has its downs, its dark moments, its highs, its lows. And some people, again, they'll embrace it quicker, faster, better. Their perspective on it will be different. So you have to just make sure that you have goals set for yourself on where you want to be down the line. Okay, I just got done with my cancer treatment. So now what I want to do is, if you lost weight, I want to gain a little weight. If you was eating horrible before your cancer diagnosis, okay, now I want to incorporate more salad, during my meals during the week. Now I want to make sure I'm drinking more water and less sugary drinks. Now I want to make sure that I'm not going to be stressing. I'm going to, make sure that I'm preserving myself, my mind, and I'm not overextending myself trying to make other people happy. And you have to make sure that you are preserving yourself for the future so that you can have a nice quality of life. And the way that you get that nice quality of life is doing things now for yourself so that when you get up in your older years, you're still able to perform, you're still able to get up and go and do things, and you're not restricted because of your lack of movement, because of your lack of discipline to restrict some things from your life. Having a cancer diagnosis and going through cancer treatment can be a horrific ordeal, but you can get through it. You can rebuild your life, you can rebuild your health, and you don't have to let it overtake you. There's so many survivors out here right now. There's so many survivors. There's over 18 million survivors. 18 million. 18 million survivors when it comes to cancer. And when it comes to breast cancer, you have 3.8 million in the US. So it's so many of us out there right now who are being where you are now that you're done with treatment, and we have chose to look on the brighter side of things and move on with our life and not allow cancer to debilitate us, to paralyze us, and to stand into that state where we was when we had it. I'll leave you with this quote: breast cancer does not have to be your identity. When people look at you, they don't really have to identify with you about breast cancer. The only reason why they probably do it for me is because I talk about cancer all the time and I'm a cancer advocate, and that's what I want. When you see me, I want you to say, that's that breast cancer advocate, or that's that cancer advocate. That's what I want. That's what I'm branding. So I want people to be able to come to me, refer people to me, so that I can pour into them what somebody did for me. So, but breast cancer doesn't have to be your identity. You can create your new identity with your new normal after a breast cancer diagnosis. It is possible. All right, you guys, this is day 11, and I'm so excited that you are writing this out with me. Thank you so much, my Leah. I appreciate you so much for getting this information and encouraging me along the way. It means a lot. I will be back tomorrow for day 12 with 31 days, 31 facts in recognition of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Again, this is Lady ReShell, author and founder of Warriors Talk, where we are empowering individuals to take action that leads to a healthier lifestyle.